This story is during Buddha's time. There lived a woman named Kisa Gautami. She was married at a very young age and gave birth to a lovely son. One day her son fell sick and passed away soon after. Kisa Gautami had a lot of love for this son and just couldn't accept that her only son had passed away. She carried the body of her son in desperation around her whole village and asked if anyone can bring her son back to life. The villagers all saw that the son was already dead and there was nothing that could be done. They advised her to accept his death and begin arrangements for the funeral. Kisa Gautami fell upon her knees in great grief and hugged her son's body tight and kept on asking him to wake up. Just then, an elderly man from the village felt her pain and suggested that she could go and consult the Buddha and that he may be able to bring her son back to life. Kisa Gautami got really excited, and when she heard this from the elderly man, she went straight to the Buddha's house and asked him to bring her son back to life. In which the Buddha replied, "I do have a way to bring your son back to life." She said, "I will do anything to bring my son back." So the Buddha replied, "If that is the case, then I need you to bring me something. Bring me a mustard seed, but it must be taken from a house where no one residing in the house has ever lost a family member. Bring this seed back to me, and your son will come back to life." Having this great faith in the Buddha, Kisa Gautami desperately began her search for this mustard seed, and she went from house to house. At the first house, a young woman offered to give her some mustard seeds, but when Kisa Gautami asked if she had ever had anyone passed away in her family, the young woman said her grandma passed away a few months ago. Kisa Gautami thanked the young woman and explained why the mustard seed did not fulfill the Buddha's requirements. So she moved on to another house and she got a reply that her husband passed away a few years ago. To the third house, someone lost an uncle and an aunt and a daughter. She went from house to house, but she received the same answer every time. She could not find a house that had not suffered the death of a family member. Kisa Gautami finally came to realize that no one in this world had not suffered the death of a family member. She now understood that death is unavoidable and a natural part of life. Putting aside her grief, she accepted what is and buried her son in the forest. Death can come to us as a shock. We just can't believe what has happened, and we rather not believe what has happened. But there is one thing that we do believe, that only I, me and myself is suffering this pain. We can become so self-consumed within this and feel like this is a battle that only I will need to face. But the day we realize that we are not fighting this battle alone, and that there are not just some people, but everybody in this world faces this suffering of loss of a loved one, only then we understand that death is sadly a part of life. Everyone has to go through the same process. It is only when we ask someone else and put the spotlight onto them, we then become less self-consumed and begin to see what's outside in the world from us. Only then we can join our sorrow with all other sorrows of people in this world and see that all losses of loved ones are the pattern of life for everyone. Now from this story, we can be prepared, as we will suffer many deaths sadly and many sorrows too, because the deep feeling of distress caused by a loss of a loved one can turn into a mental concern or addiction problem in the future. To handle one's emotional pain, love and attachment can be the main cause of grief, and this doesn't always need to be death. It can also be a breakup. Now, I wouldn't say to avoid attachment or desire to lead a happy life. I would say to love loads and attach to many, but as you enjoy this, learn to enjoy the pain and the suffering also, as no one is free from this, and this is also a part of everyone's life. Only then you'll be able to lead a happier life. I wouldn't keep a scorecard on how good or bad life has been, but just observe life and enjoy everything. There is no winning, neither is there any losing, because not everything in this world is in your hands. The best way is to accept life as it is. All people experience grief, and this happens every day and in everywhere, so you are not alone. Solution. Well, the solution would be to find the opportunity in your crisis, and you may be able to redevelop the identity that you had lost. So for example, if you have lost a father, as I did when I was younger, your identity of being a son to a father has been terminated in your mind. Just how you created this son of a father in your mind, instead of trying to keep that son there and feel bad about losing that son or another boyfriend or a father or a brother, you can still keep that son living if you have a mother, so you can do more for the mother and keep that son alive within yourself. Or you can also respect another's father as yours, because come on, a father is a father no matter who it is.